Hey everyone, Ash here, and while I'm waiting for the new STO featured episode to go live, I'm going to do another recording of this. What is this?
Looks like Emmett's been busy.
Oh, must be something that Emmett set up. Anyways, we need to go over to Kids Speakeasy and attempt to talk our way into there.
Pardon me, sir. From the way you're dressed and your general aura of seediness, I can infer only one thing. You're heading for Tannen's speakeasy. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Can't you tell me the way?
Down. Straight down. The last stop before the inferno. Unfortunately, I don't have the power to stop you, but I beg you to tarry here a few more seconds and listen to my song. Me, 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 me. You saved off to self-respect what you should care. What in heaven's name?
Oh, sorry, Miss Strickland. Just a little experimental prototype gone momentarily awry.
Mr. Brown, why is there a dog in that vehicle?
Why? Well, to advance the human condition, of course. Hello, Harry.
Harry? Mr. Callahan, what are you doing in that getup?
Whoops. Doc. Well, he will be Doc, but Emmett discovered us. And, yeah, we're going undercover.
I'm going undercover.
How exciting! You'll have to give me an exclusive sometime. Right now, I've got some souls to save.
And you will have to get an eyeful of my newest experiment.
You're not angry about the rocket drill?
Water over the bridge. I've moved on to bigger and better things. Come by the gazebo when you get a chance. I'll be setting up. You won't believe what Einstein and I have been up to.
Famous last words. Alright, now where's that speakeasy?
Actually, while we're here, let's see what he's doing.
Harry, you're just in time.
Yeah, thanks for watching Einstein, because we haven't been here, that sort of thing. I'm actually kind of surprised that they left him here, you know?
So, thanks for watching Einstein while I've been away.
It's been a pleasure. He's proven to be a surprisingly willing test subject. Almost as if he's been working with me for years.
More like decades.
Yeah, he's been working with Emmett, all right. Especially since, you know, he's his dog.
How have you been, Emmett? I know I haven't seen you in a couple of months.
I'm great, and I owe it all to you.
Really?
Yes, that argument I had with my father during our jet drill experiment gave me the incentive to finally quit that dreary court job. I've committed myself full-time to a life of science.
Alright, so now let's ask what he's doing.
What's the story with the little car and all this equipment?
Einstein and I are conducting a few experiments with this 1/4 scale model to work out a few hitches in my planned demonstration at the Hill Valley Expo in a couple of months.
A radio-controlled car?
No. Well, yes, but there'll be so much more than that. It will amaze the world. Aha! Got it!
Got what?
I'll show you. Ready to go, Einstein?
Oops. This ought to be interesting.
Watch this. When this baby hits 23 miles per hour, we're gonna see some serious cow flop.
That's a great reference. And check it out.
Einstein! No! Get him out of here!
Not to worry. I've got a fail-safe eject mechanism around here someplace. See? Nothing to worry about.
Nothing. I'll go see if I can find something to help. Or someone.
We better see if we can get Einstein down first before we better see if we can get Einstein down first before we head into Speakeasy.
Hill Valley Expo. October 12th through the 15th. Doc says the expo was the day he officially became a scientist. Seems like he's running a couple months ahead of schedule.
Yeah, because I'm sure you noticed the hint there when Doc came to the window of the flop house. So, I need to go by this pole. Okay.
Hey, Doc. How's the room?
It's a little cleaner than I would have imagined for a Depression-era flop house. How are your investigations going?
Yeah, we need, he's in the park.
Why didn't you tell me I'd run into your younger self tonight?
Because I don't remember being out here tonight. Clearly, your interactions with my younger self 2 months ago have slightly altered my personal timeline. I never had the nerve to perform public experiments like he's doing. No matter. Those experiments will be forgotten once I've seen Frankenstein.
Frankenstein?
Yes. Right now, my younger self is fiddling around out there. Rocket propulsion systems for his demonstration at the expo.
The thing that'll kick off your scientific career.
Exactly. Now, the rockets are a horrible idea, and I'll soon realize that they'll never work. But eventually, I'll wander into that movie theater and see Frankenstein and clear my mind. I've kept the ticket stub from that movie in my wallet ever since. See?
Why?
Because it's during this movie that I'll have the inspiration for my breakthrough at the expo.
Doesn't have anything to do with reanimating the dead, does it?
Not the way you're thinking, no. But during that famous scene when Colin Clive turned the wheel that raised that shrouded figure into the tower and that bolt of lightning struck, well, let's just say more than one brain was reanimated that night.
that was actually pretty good. I like that. Marty, of course, was kind of worried that Doc would be reanimating the dead because, well, he is just a tad bit eccentric. Anyways, we need to save the dog.
Emmett's not having much luck getting Einstein off the courthouse.
I'm not surprised. Einstein's a smart dog, but heights give him the willies.
What can we do?
I got it.
What?
Just get my younger self distracted, and I'll handle the rest.
All right, and now let's talk about other things. First, about the car.
Where'd you park the DeLorean?
I hid it in a soda lot. Nobody's buying cars these days, so it should be safe in there.
That would be a good thing if somebody. That would be good if somebody didn't buy the time-traveling car. Okay, what about Trixie Trotter?
I haven't really made any progress with Trixie yet.
Well, get out there and make some. If she doesn't blow the whistle on Kid tonight, he may never be brought to justice.
Okay, what about the arsonist?
Hey, who did burn down Tannen's original speakeasy anyway?
I still don't know. I'd really like to find out before we go home.
And, yeah, why 19... what about 1930?
I never did get a straight answer about why he came back to 1931 in the first place.
It's, personal. When this is over, I'll tell you all about it.
I'm gonna hold you to that, you know.
Alright. What's this do?
Can you explain all this? I'm confused.
It's very simple. In the original timeline, Timeline A, the speakeasy arsonist was never caught, creating one of Hill Valley's enduring historical mysteries.
Okay.
When I traveled back to 1931, I created Timeline B, in which I was misidentified as the arsonist and subsequently killed by Kid Tannen's goons. Einstein came with me, and somehow he ended up in the DeLorean, but its fail-safe mechanism triggered, sending him back to 1986.
Which is where I came in.
Precisely. We traveled back to June 14th, 1931, creating Timeline C, a world in which Carl Sagan wasn't rubbed out by Kid Tannen, when Arthur McFly was served with a subpoena.
And shot by Kid Tannen's goons.
Yes. So you jump back in time 6 hours, creating Timeline D, saving your grandfather's life, but somehow preventing Kid Tannen from meeting his date with justice.
Which is why the Tannens were so powerful when we jumped back to 86.
Uh-huh. So now we've returned to August of 1931, creating Timeline E, in which, fingers crossed, we'll send Tannen to prison where he belongs. Got it?
Sure.
Good.
One question.
What?
Can you explain all this? I'm confused.
Marty's pretty much summed up what I'm thinking there. I'm just a tad bit confused. And now let's ask about Kid Tannen.
Why are Tannens always such jerks anyway?
It's hard to say. Rogue, Neanderthal genes, DNA, perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyways, we need to go down and distract young Emmett so Doc could get Einstein off the roof of the courthouse.
Just keep your head low, Doc. I'll be back soon.
I'll keep an eye out for your grandfather.
And then once we do that, how do I get back over there anyways? And once we do that, over here. Once we do that, we'll let's talk to Edna a little bit before I quit.
Hey, Edna.
Mr. Crockett, what can I do for you?
What can you tell me about the arsonist?
Whatever happened with that speakeasy arsonist?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Me?
Don't play coy with me. I may not have any journalistically acceptable proof, but I know you had a hand in Carl Sagan's daring escape from the authorities.
Yeah, we were there. We were there with the rocket drill when she pulled, well, the remains of the rocket drill when she pulled up on the bike. Let's ask what she's doing.
What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
Saving people from alcohol, vice, and disorder. And also keeping a lookout for hot stories. You'd be surprised how much news breaks on this corner.
And, has she broken any stories?
Broken any stories tonight?
Only the usual. Mayor Thomas trying to slink out of the speakeasy. Frankie Needles crashing his car into a fire hydrant. Nothing that'll get me the front page.
Okay, yeah, what about this?
What's going on with you and Emmett? The last time I saw you, you seemed to be kind of interested in him.
That was before I belatedly realized that his agreement to host my Stay Sober Society was a clever ruse to ferry barrels of hooch to his so-called laboratory.
Sorry about that.
Now his very presence fills me with an irrepressible urge to pick at his philosophical and intellectual foundations with every tool in my vocabulary.
So you're not dating?
Dating? The mere thought of romantic involvement with that undisciplined techno-anarchist is preposterous.
Good.
Oh, Edna. Okay, what can you tell me about Kid Tannen?
What's Kid Tannen been up to for the last 2 months?
Didn't you hear? It was in all the papers.
I've been, traveling.
Well, the feds were all set to arrest Tannen on tax evasion charges. Seems they'd gotten Tannen's books from his accountant.
I heard something about that, yeah.
Well, the accountant disappeared, unsurprisingly, but the feds still thought they had a case. After all, they still had the books, right?
Right.
Wrong. The day before the trial, the books up and vanished right out of the court's evidence locker.
No.
Lots of fingers were pointed, but honestly, the whole town's so corrupt that it could have been anyone. Court clerks, cops, janitors.
Well, that would have probably explained some reason why he got off then. Yep, he beat the rap.
So Kid's walking around free?
Free, clear, and laughing it up in his new speakeasy. The feds want to bring a case up against him, but without those books, they've got nothing.
Alright,
Couldn't Kid be brought up on other charges like, say, running a speakeasy?
In a perfect world, yes. But no one in town seems to care about prohibition anymore. The feds are only interested because of the lost tax revenue.
alright, I think I'm out of time, so...
See ya.
Keep fighting the good
So when we
fight.
come back, I'll continue talking to Edna, and then we'll try to get Einstein off the courthouse roof. Later.